Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia Darleen. For those of you that are new to my channel, for those of you that have been following my pregnancy journey, I just want to say congratulations along with you because you're probably pregnant or trying to conceive if you're watching these videos. So this week I'm going to talk about week 34 and 35 of pregnancy. I'm just going to kind of combine them together because they work really well together. These are the last few weeks of your 8th month. So after this, you're going to be in your 9th month. And then that just means you have less than 4 weeks to go. For some of you, first-time moms can usually go over their due date, so they'll go over 40 weeks. So just know that you might go over as well. For those of you that know, we have a toddler. We had her at week 37, so I feel like we might have this one early. I'm not too sure when he's gonna decide to come because every pregnancy is going to be different, as everyone has heard over and over again. But for those of you that have not already, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also turn on that notification bell. You'll get notified every single time I come out with a new video. Like I said, I pretty much tried to do a video every single week, starting from week 6 all the way until whenever I deliver. Like I said, I had Avea at week 37, so we'll see how far this pregnancy takes me to, but I'm pretty much gonna be filming every single week, like I said, until I deliver. So right now I am a stay-at-home mom. Me and my husband actually are both stay-at-home parents. We are pretty much so excited to have this new baby coming into our life. It's our second baby. We have a little girl. She's about 20 months, and then now we're expecting our second, and this one's gonna be a little boy. So if you want more info how we're able to stay home and make money, we can make a full income from home, not just little commissions and little dollars here and there, like a full income from home. You can click the first link in the description below and we can talk to you more about that. You can get on our email list, get more info, and see if it's something that's right for you. So click the first link in the description below if that's something that you're interested in. So if you just found me on YouTube, just know, like I said, I started from week 6. You can binge watch all the videos to see how far you and baby have come along. But for those of you that have been watching them, this is gonna be week 34 and 35. So let's get into how baby is and how mama's also feeling at this week. So like I said, you're in your last couple weeks of your 8th month. At week 34, baby is the size of a cantaloupe. So that's pretty big. Baby is about 17 to 18 inches long and almost 5 pounds, so about 4 3/4 pounds. Of course, that does differ with everybody and every baby. That's just a rough estimate of how long and how much your baby weighs. So at this week, you pretty much don't have any extra amniotic fluid for your baby to kind of float around in your stomach anymore. It's gonna be pretty tight and snug in there. Just so you know, baby is no longer floating because there's no more room. But if you are starting to feel those kicks and those punches, it's probably a little bit sharper than what they used to be. So just be prepared for that. You know, whenever I get a sensation of a kick or a punch, it's kind of like a sharp sensation now. I feel like my baby will stick his foot out and kind of drag it across my stomach. And like I said, it's just a lot more sharp this week. So just know that's because your amniotic fluid, your baby's also swallowing. So just know that that fluid level is going to be going down. It peaked last week, and then this week it's going to start going down from here on out. A lot of babies this week have moved head into the head down position. They're getting ready for birth. They're doing it before they run out of all the amniotic fluid. So just know that baby is preparing for birth. If you have an ultrasound, they can let you know if baby's head down or not. So baby's skin is still doing really, really good. It's gonna be covered with, I think it's called vernix. So that's just gonna be the coating that's gonna be over the skin. Right when they are birthed, it's super important to rub that into their skin because it's really good for them instead of to give them a bath immediately once they're born. That stuff, that the vernix is the coating, you wanna make sure you leave on baby's skin and kind of rub it in. So another thing that you might be dealing with is puffiness this week. I know it's not the best symptom that you want to hear about, but if you're getting puffiness in your face, your hands, your feet, your ankles, just know that that's probably from water retention. So it kind of seems odd, but it's better for you to drink more water to help with that water retention, because if you are dealing with a little bit of dehydration, what your body's going to do is hold on to all that water because it doesn't know when it's going to get it next. So it's kind of like a survival hack that your body is doing, is just to keep that water in. So if it's something that you're dealing with puffiness, really important just to drink a ton of water, and hopefully that puffiness will go down. Okay, so another one that you might be dealing with already is going to be contractions. So Braxton Hicks contractions that you probably have heard about is just your body's way of getting ready for the real deal, the real big contractions. So the Braxton Hicks are going to be painless. They still, for me, were pretty painful because I've been getting a couple of them and I'm like, they're not painless. They pretty much, they hurt. They feel like really strong menstrual cramps. So just know that that's normal, and like I said, it's your body getting you prepared to deliver and to have like those real contractions. So Braxton Hicks will just be irregular. They won't be timely. They will kind of ease up if you switch positions, or if you go use the bathroom, if you drink some water, they'll kind of stop. It's just like a hardening and a tightening of your uterus. So just know the difference between Braxton Hicks and the real deal contractions. So just know like an increased pelvic pressure is also another one that you might be dealing with. It's just baby getting ready and getting lower into your pelvis. That's actually a really good sign. So if that's something that you're dealing with is pelvic pressure, just know that you probably won't be alleviating that pain anytime soon until you deliver, but the pelvic pressure is a good sign. It's not going anywhere. Hopefully it does increase, because that means baby is just going lower and lower in the birth canal, which is really, really good. But some women describe it as walking with a bowling ball between their legs. So that's something that you're dealing with. Like I said, it's good. If you haven't dealt with it yet, you probably will the next couple weeks. It's also another sign of your baby dropping. So your baby's head down, dropping lower into your pelvis, getting ready to enter through that birth canal. This week, you're also going to be dealing with fatigue, which we were starting to talk about. It's not going to be as bad as your fatigue was in the first trimester. It's not going to be like that coma-like fatigue that you felt. You're just super tired all the time. But yes, you are going to be dealing with fatigue. They say that pregnancy, especially in the third trimester, is like taking a 10-mile hike every single day. So yes, you are gonna feel tired. So just know when to take breaks, when to take naps, because that's okay. During the night, you might be dealing with the insomnia. You might be dealing with the frequent pee breaks that keep you up and just feeling uncomfortable. So just know that fatigue is normal and to rest when your body needs to rest. Also, you want to mention to your provider if you have any numbness or tingling in your hands, your wrists, your feet. It's not a huge deal, but they'll just call it carpal tunnel syndrome during your pregnancy. I had this pretty bad with Avea, my first baby. My hands would go numb if I was doing my makeup or if I was on my phone or anything like that. My hands would just kind of get tingly. I have to stop what I'm doing and kind of let them untingle, I guess. So just know that that's pretty normal too. I do have it a little bit this time, but I know exactly what it is now. So you can just bring that up to your provider. If that's something that you're dealing with, just know it's normal and it's nothing serious. Okay, so let's get into week 35 while we're here. Week 35, your baby is the size of a spaghetti squash. Pretty big. So your baby weighs about 18 inches and is about 5 pounds. And you only have 5 more weeks to go. You're in week 35, so congratulations. Know that baby is doing really, really well and putting on a bunch of weight for that day that he or she arrives. So at week 35, you know, when you go into your doctor's appointments, they're probably going to be weekly now. If they haven't been already, week 35 or 36, they'll probably start you on weekly doctor's appointments. So when you're laying flat and they measure your belly, it's probably going to be around 35 centimeters because you're in your 35th week. I thought that was pretty interesting. That's just a really good way to remember. 35 weeks, 30 centimeters is probably going to be around what you're going to measure on your belly when they do that at your doctor's appointment. So pretty soon, if not already, your baby has dropped or is just descending into your pelvic area. That's really, really good for your lungs and your diaphragm because you're not going to have as bad of shortness of breath that you've maybe been dealing with. But on the other hand, it's going to put more pressure on your bladder. So you're going to be having even more frequent pee breaks than what you've had before. So just know that, yes, you'll be able to breathe better and you might be able to eat a little bit more portions, but but just know that you'll probably have to pee a lot more frequent than what you were used to. But that's just baby's way of getting used to, or getting ready for birth, is him or her just kind of dropping and going lower into the birth canal. So this week, if you haven't already, it's super important to make a birth plan. If you, like I said, haven't, you can just Google birth plan template, and they have a bunch of them online. That's just what I did. I did a couple of them, and I got rid of some questions and then added some stuff that I wanted in it, kind of like customized it. I kind of picked and choose which questions I liked from which templates, but it's just a really good idea to start writing down what you want during your birth plan. Of course, it's nothing for sure. It's not like your birth plan is gonna go exactly how you want it. My first baby, I had this crazy like birth plan. I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted natural, I wanted this, I wanted that. And then I ended up having a C-section, and my birth plan pretty much just went out the window. So just know that your birth plan is kind of like your wish list. So it's something that you do want to happen, but in case anything goes wrong, anything has to change, that you're also open for that too. You're not clinging onto your birth plan. It's just kind of like, it's your wish list and you hope this is what happens. But if anything has to change because of the health of your baby, that's okay too. So physical development in baby is almost done. Baby's just doing really, really well in there. I had my first baby, like I said, at week 37, like mentioned before. Babies aren't considered full term until they are at week 39 to 40, but that doesn't mean that they would not be okay if they're born a little bit earlier. I had a friend and her baby was born at week 36 actually, and she spent a little bit of time in the NICU, but she was completely fine afterward. So just know that you're almost there where your baby's almost at full term. But just to know, like I said, those preterm labor signs, just so you know, I do have a video about the top 9 signs of labor, so you can check out that video. But you just want to be aware of that in case that's something that you do run into. But baby's doing really, really well. We'll see you in the next video, and we hope this week is well to you.